Hey, what's up guys? Andrew here. Welcome to my little workshop. Today we're going to be doing a 50-hour service on a Rockshox Pike rt3. This is coming off my canyon here. Please ignore the messy basement. So this here is what I believe is everything we're going to need to get our service done here today. We got some assorted picks, strap wrench. I don't think this is needed, but it's very helpful. Some picks for getting the O-rings out. Okay, I have an inch-pound torque wrench here, an assortment of bits, shock pump, and denatured alcohol. Now, most of the guys you see doing this service are going to use isopropyl alcohol, which is probably better for this, but that's what the isopropyl is 99%, so this is 95. So it'll probably work, but it won't be as good, I guess. I have a vise here just in case we need it, and of course coffee. All right, so the shock, before we take the air can off, we want to make sure, and I like to use a ball head Allen wrench, we want to take all the air out of it, and we want to take the compression and put that to full open, and the rebound go all the way left, 1, 2, and then we'll set that back when we're done. All right, so first thing I'm going to do while I have it in the vise here is I'm gonna move the coffee first of all. We're gonna just do a quick spray down and get as much of this contaminant stuff on the outside as I can, because when we open this up, we want to keep all that stuff out. That's the goal. Anyway, so these are like lint-free cloths of some sort that the wife is upstairs using for sanding wood and getting all that stuff off, but they work for this too pretty good, it looks like. All right, so do that. I'm gonna take it out, and I got one in here to make sure that this doesn't get scratched anywhere, so just a medium amount of force there. We can take this ring off. This is actually, I think this is going to be replaced, so that can come off and stay off. A little more spray. Oof, this stuff is strong too. Do not drink denatured alcohol. That stuff will, I think it'll make you blind. I don't know. I can see, so I like being able to do that. All right. Now, this is where so this is pretty difficult to do by hand. I think some of the dudes with these tutorials can do it, but what we're gonna do, kind of cheat that. This fancy wrench. This is one of my favorite tools. It really is when it works. Man. I think you can use these things for oil fillers too if you're into that sort. All right, so crack it loose with the strap wrench there. All right, I'm just going to slide this out so I can. Break the seal there, trying to make sure nothing goes flying. And check it out, there's going to be a little bit of oil in there. There should be 2 milliliters of it. And if you're going to put a bottomless token in, now is a great time, well, after we're done that, but like at the end of this will be a great time to do that too. So the goal here, in the sake of staying organized, is to, in the order of things I take out, I'm going to put them back in. And I'm going to put them down on this lint-free cloth here.
This won't be ready until February.
All right. So all this shock oil, we're going to clean up as good as we can.
Let me see. What?
Spray some alcohol in there.
Oh, that's a nice sprayer.
Yeah, it's good for this.
It's like a light mist. It's perfect.
So we're replacing all the seals. All right, so the first thing that we're going to address is the air can here. And this is the important one, right? This is the wiper that upside down will slide up and down on the shaft here. So if there's going to be anything sharp or any contaminants or anything like that, This will hopefully get rid of those and keep them out of the way, but also we're going to be replacing that. So as you can see here, this is the kit. This is the 50-hour kit. It's got the oil, it's got the seal grease, and it's got the 3 real important seals that, well, these are the 2 important seals that hold the air in, and then this is the new wiper that we're going to put on. So the first one we want to take out, and these picks are really handy for this, is this little O-ring up here. And we got a new one of them with our kit. And then, let me adjust the camera here. I'm going to take this wiper out. That just pops out there, and that one is pretty nasty, man. There's some just kind of dirty. And then there's this white, I don't really know, it's just kind of a retaining ring, I guess you would call it. And this should pop out somehow or another. I haven't done this before, so bear with me here. And there's one more ring in there. Use your hook to get this guy out. So what I'm going to do, just to make things easier for myself here, line up the seals so that they go back in, the new ones go back in the way that the old ones came out. So I'll have new, new, new. Now that we have this and it's stripped of all plastic and rubber, now is the time to clean this guy up. So we're gonna, same deal, denature alcohol, and you might as well get this as good as you can, because 50 hours riding until I have it off again. And I don't know about you, but I don't have that much free time, so maybe this time next year that I have it off again. All right, so we're going to start with the air can here. We're going to start putting the seals back in. So this is cleaned up. It's ready to go. This thing is like brand new. So we want to use this Rockshox seal grease. This is the good stuff. Now I'm going to use this stuff first. I don't know how they recommend doing it, but this is what's going to happen today. And again, this is the unofficial guide, so if Rockshox tells you to do it different, then do it that way. Go all around this guy. And there's I think the secret to this is get it kind of started on one little section there, and then just kind of work your way around. And I did get some grease on the outside of the can, so we'll have to put that, we'll have to do a little bit of cleanup when we get closer to the final product here. Oop. All right, so I got my new plastic retainer in. Now, just gonna do a little ring of grease on the wiper. I don't like to go too heavy when I grease this kind of stuff, but I think it is important that you get a nice thin layer even on the inside. I think that'll be good for air retention. All right, and that's in. So Make sure that our grease is evenly distributed there. You can see old one and new one, right? That's a big difference if you ask me. Do a quick cleanup with our alcohol rag here. And the new ring at the top. I think you can just push this one on. Okay, so there's your air can. Now, let's spray this down one more time just in case there's some lingering oil. Alright, so that one's top. Okay, so at this point, we got that cleaned up. We got the old one out. This ring actually here, we didn't get a new one in the kit. So I'm gonna reuse that one. The old bushing, I guess, and the old white plastic ring will be tossed out. So we have a new ring, new bushing here, and a new ring. Again, we're gonna grease this guy down before I put him back in. That wasn't too bad. Now this guy should hold it in. All right, so a little bit more grease here. Oh, I don't like that on that. Let's get it off of that. Okay, so this is 2 milliliters of 15W50 shock oil that comes in the kit here. So you're gonna put in 1 milliliter, or about a half of it, before we put the can in, and then we'll put the rest of it in now.
Use a torque wrench with a 13mm crowfoot to tighten the air can to 4.5 Newton meters.
4.5 Newton meters.
Spray isopropyl alcohol on the shock and clean it with a shop towel. Remove the shock from the...
As you set it to 112 Newton meters, and that translates to 106 inch pounds, or I guess roughly like 8 point some odd foot pounds. But anyway, this snap-on here is going to inch pounds, so set this guy to 106. So that's it. All I gotta do now is put the air back in, set my rebound up the way I want it, and ready to give this thing a shot.